Alright, not everyone all at once. Hello and welcome to the final match of round 1 of the Sly Free Optimal Loot Tournament. I am Avatar on comms, joined here with Knut today, and the match is between the two mans, Baconman and Powerman. You guys want to say something? Yeah.
Welcome from my behalf as well. Yeah. Good luck both on you. The winner of this match will be facing Gems Within on round 2. But yeah, as Avatar said, this is the last match of round 1. So I'm very excited to see how this one plays.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be interesting. Like what I have heard, the matches have gone very crazy. So we'll see how the round C goes today, I guess.
It's gonna be fun.
Indeed. Okay, let's wait until Baconman. Yeah, Baconman is in the safe house as well. Are both runners ready?
Yes.
Alright, let's start the countdown. On go. 3, 2, 1, go.
Waiting for the
Good
inevitable
luck,
stream
both
delay
of
to
you.
kick in.
And there we go.
And there our runners are off to the races.
Indeed. And we can immediately see the strat difference. Baconman is opting to do Murray strats, whereas Powerman is doing Sly. It's once again nice to see the contrast between the strats.
Indeed, indeed. Both playstyles of Murray and Sly have their own distinct advantages. Sly has the movement upside of things, where he can move around very quickly with rocket boots, barrel pounds, push boosts, all that crazy shenanigans. Whereas Murray players have the ability to get guards easier while they're while they're spotted because of Berserker Charge and being able to throw stuff at flashlight guards in specific.
Yeah, with Sly, you have to be a bit sneaky as well to not get spotted, since if you get spotted, you basically just have to use Smoke Bomb, get away from the guards, whereas with Murray, as you said, you can just use Berserker Charge and knock the guards down. Baconman is, I think, the first one playing on PS2 console. I think yesterday Jaren was playing on PS2 emulator. But you can see, at least I know this very easily, this weird physics thing. When you, for example, throw guards or punch thing or get hit, the camera somehow like does some weird movement, which doesn't happen on when playing on PS3.
Yeah, it has kind of a rumble effect to the camera. When
Yeah.
you get hit almost. So most Murray players, like Baconman, are using Ball Form to get around quicker and Berserker Charge to knock out flashlight guards if they're spotted. And the third gadget that people have been using mostly, I think, has been Fists of Flame, whereas I know Beaver used Temporal Lock to freeze time sometimes in order to make it easier to loot guards without other guards interfering. And I
Yeah.
don't think we've seen Baconman's third gadget yet, so it would be interesting to see which ones of those, if not a different one, gets picked.
Indeed. I can't quite remember the difference between how much juice does it cost for each of those gadgets per use, because I think that can also affect which gadgets they prefer to use.
Yeah, I think Temporal Lock uses a little bit more juice than Fists of Flame does. However, juice for Murray is not as big of a concern as with Sly,
Yeah.
because Ball Form, which is the main movement form for Murray, does not use juice, whereas Rocket Boots for Sly does.
There we have the first pen of the match, silver pen, however, from Baconman's behalf.
Yeah, so now it's a good point to remind that this in this tournament the goal is to get the optimal loots in every episode. So for episode 1 that is the gold pen, for EP2 it's the gold medal, EP3 the large gold bar, and EPs 4 and 5 the large diamond. So the runners can spend 10 minutes in each episode looking for the loot, and then if they don't find it, they can opt to skip ahead. However, they would occur or culminate a 3-minute penalty for skipping loot.
And quite naturally, the optimal loot is, for the most cases, the most rare item to get. So most of the time, our runners have to be looting here for quite some time, but it is purely RNG what kind of loot you get. But it's least likely to get the optimal loot, however. So that's why we're gonna probably see a lot of silver watches and other kind of loots here in episode 1 before the gold pen.
Indeed, indeed. And also, there are some looting differences between Sly and Murray as well, in the sense that with Murray, you shake the pockets like crazy, meaning that you always get the loot like Baconman is doing all over the place, whereas with Sly, you can actually physically see in the pockets what the loot is, so you have the option of just killing the guard outright and not picking the loot if it's not the one you're looking for.
Exactly. Like each time you actually pick up the loot, of course it's first of all the pickpocketing animation, but then also there's a couple of seconds freeze where Sly shows the loot. So if you can see that the loot you're collecting is not the most optimal, you can just skip it and save a little bit of time by doing that.
The question is, of course, if it is worth to skip picking the loot completely, or if you should still get it in terms of a potential coin tiebreaker, which actually was the reason why you won your race against Gandhi.
Yeah, there's a couple of tiebreakers in the rules. if both runners finish within 30 seconds from each other, with added penalties, which I can't remember if we talk about the penalties. I think we talk about them. If you have to skip some loots, you get 3-minute extra penalty.
I think I explained that earlier, yeah.
Yeah, I think you did. So if our runners are 30 seconds within each other at that point, first of all, the first tiebreaker is the most optimal loots collected, which actually came into play, was it yesterday or the day before, with one of the runs, where one of the runners had less loots collected. So that was the first tiebreaker, but if also the optimal loots collected is the same, then it's the coins gathered during the run. And that was the case between my and Candy's race, where I was like 11 seconds behind Gandry with the final time, but then I had collected more loots, so I won the tiebreaker in that sense.
Yeah, I think the match where the loot difference came into play was, I think it was in both mine and Beaver's and
Yeah, it was you and Beaver, yeah. Beaver skipped one extra loot, so...
Yeah, and I stuck around in episode 4 a little bit longer looking for a large diamond, which I managed to get, which was
Indeed.
what clutched it out for me. So
Okay,
we will
7
see
minutes
if the
in-
same
yeah.
happens for our runners here, if any
True.
potential tiebreakers play.
Yeah, 7 minutes in the clock, no gold bands so far. I'm pretty sure yesterday we didn't see any gold pens in episode 1. Both of Gems and Jerem had to skip the episode.
Yeah, we saw neither gold pens nor gold medals yesterday, I believe.
Yeah.
Nave pointing out as well that the reason why the tiebreakers were made was because of hardware differences, which is the case in today's match. Most players
Indeed.
in this tournament have been playing on PS3, whereas Baconman is playing on PS2, where load times are way bigger of an issue.
Yeah. The fastest allowed platform at the moment is PS3 emulator, which has been used once in this tournament by Riley, I believe.
I think Sonic used it also.
Oh yeah, Sonic as well. That's true. That is true. Yeah, that is the fastest since the load times are just insanely fast. Then the PS3 console version with solid state drive, I think it's the second fastest. And then after that is probably the version Powerman is using right now, which is PS3 version with HDD.
Yeah, indeed. Powerman is the only runner in this tournament who is playing on PS3 and also has an HDD.
Yeah. In official categories of Sly 3, PS3 emulator or PS2 emulator is not allowed yet, so people have to use real consoles, and for that the most optimal platform is the PS3 console with PSN downloaded version and solid state drive.
Both are runners failing to find a gold pen so far. People have, I know Gems at least told me that he usually struggles with finding a gold pen in episode 1, which is funny because I don't struggle as often. However, it's the following episodes, EP 2 and 3, where finding the ultimate loot can become much bigger of an issue.
Yeah. Oh, there we saw clever usage with the gadgets there by Baconman trying to freeze Carmelita and the guard fighting her, but just a bit too late and couldn't get the loot. But
yeah, that is a very unfortunate thing to
Yeah.
have happened there. However, it is cool to see that Baconman is switching up his layout of gadgets dynamically like that, as
indeed,
opposed to just sticking with the gadgets he has been using.
yeah. Here I can see we passed 10-minute 10-minute mark, but both of the runners are still going. Or is Baconman skipping right now? I think he is.
He is
But
indeed
yeah.
skipping.
Like on yesterday's match with Gems and Jerem, both of the runners skipped almost immediately at the 10-minute mark. Whereas here our runners waited just a little bit, get one extra loot and then skipping, which I think has been the strat for many runners as well. Getting the one last final loot, see if that may be the optimal one before skipping.
Indeed, indeed. Sometimes it is worth to skip immediately, however.
Yeah. If you don't have like any guards available who could have loot, then just skip. That's been like my strat. But usually there's like at least one guard I could still check out if they have any. I'm gonna quickly check them out, maybe loot them. If they don't have the optimal loot, then just skip the episode.
Now, we saw Baconman a little while ago loot a flashlight guard, and one thing about EP2 flashlight guards is they can have bronze loots, so that kind of pollutes the pool a little bit for trying to find the gold medal in this episode. However, the advantage here is that rooftop guards, the Dingo specifically, can also have gold loots.
Indeed. I feel like the properties of the Dingo flashlight guard and the Dingo rooftop guard have gotten like somewhat mixed. So the property of getting bronze loot from the rooftop guard plus also getting the gold loot from flashlight guards somehow like applies to both of those guard types, and maybe that's why we have the loot table like that.
Yeah, another feature that the flashlight guards in EP2 possess is that they're the only flashlight guards in Sly 3 that can toss pebbles if you're on a thief move object.
True. Also, what we saw Bakerman just use with, I think episode 2 flashlight guards are also special in a way that you can actually try to make them not shoot you by moving your camera around, which you can't do for any other flashlight cards. Like, if any other flashlight card sees you, they can just shoot you. But if you move your camera from those, you can actually manipulate the attacks from EP2 guards.
Yeah, that is a very interesting interaction. That is, it seems weird that you can't do that with other flashlight guards, but at the same time it also makes sense because if you're being chased, if you're being chased casually, you usually have the camera facing away from the guards while they're shooting at you from behind.
Yeah.
Bakerman getting the gold penny missed out on in episode 1.
Indeed, just 3 minutes too late, unfortunately.
Misa asked what the commentators' favorite loots are in the Sly series and why is it bronze wing? For me,
I got to say, I think both of our have been running full game categories of this game quite a lot, and I think getting bronze ring is not the best feeling you have in that kind of run, but
I at least get a slightly better feeling if I get a bronze ring compared to a bronze watch in Octavia
yeah,
Snap.
if it's episode 1 and you loot a rooftop card, then yeah, that's true.
My favorite loot in, at least in this game, in Sly 3, has to be the gold pocket watch. There's something about the design of it that just makes it stick out to me.
Yeah, it's a very nice one. I think I would go with I think I've said this before as well. I would go with the large gold bar. Like, getting that loot in episode 3, it has like, I don't know. It feels always so special when you're rolling as Murray in a Frame Team Iceland and you can see the guard carrying a loot and it's a big gold bar. And
Indeed, it's a very good feeling getting a 130 coin looter, especially if you're underfarmed and you need the money.
yeah.
Bakerman employing the temporal lock once again to make one guard easier to loot.
Yeah, I think that lock
Sadly,
is
neither.
actually quite useful if you are being chased by multiple guards, especially because then you can't just use Berserk Charge, because you still then have the other guard behind you.
Indeed, this was something that came up a lot in Slink versus Roots match, actually, particularly in episode 4, where Slink was spotted by 2 flashlight guards a lot, where one had a loot and one didn't. And he attempted to berserker charge one and pick him up, but he always got interrupted by the other guard. In that instance,
Yeah.
if he would have used temporal lock, he probably would have been able to loot a lot more guards.
Exactly. One factor I'm trying to compare a little bit between the runners is in what pace they get loads here, and I feel like Baconman is getting a bit more loads than Powerman at the moment.
Indeed, Baconman is doing some very good GSM work and general movements to try and spawn as many guards as possible. Whereas
Yeah.
Powerman is running around a lot more, I wouldn't say aimlessly, but there's a lot less deliberation in his movement and GSMing compared to Baconman.
Yeah. Yeah, with camera movement you can affect quite a lot to the guard spawns. And Baconman is quite an experienced runner with Sly 3 as well. He got a really good 80% time at the moment, so I think he has a lot of experience on how to manipulate the guard spawns and so on.
Absolutely, Baconman is currently both in, I think, in top 5 in both for 80% and 100%, so he
Yeah.
has quite some experience with this game.
Exactly. Yeah, Powerman is, I think Powerman's main game is Sly 4, but he has also done runs on other games as well, so he has some experience from these games as well.
Yeah, Powerman is a jack of all trades kind of guy, where he has run every game and most of its categories. I think he's the one who has done the most category extension speedruns of any Sly player currently.
Could be. Yeah, no, Swap, other runners, Swappy and Sonic are also that type of runners who have been grinding lots of different categories.
Yeah, they're all completionist runners where they just want to get a time on every single leaderboard possible.
Yeah.
I kind of have that same mentality, but I'm also incredibly perfectionistic about my playstyle, so that's usually why it would take me a while to do a category, because when I do it, I want to do it as best as I possibly can, as
Yeah.
opposed to just one run and call it quits. Yamada also pointing out that Powerman is indeed the founder of quite a few of the category extension categories. The most notable
Indeed.
one being Neela percent.
Exactly. Yeah, he has had a lot of cool category ideas, and yeah, Neela percent has been actually been quite a many runners have actually done a Neela percent run, and it's like a official category on the category extensions at the moment.
I may honestly give Neela percent another try, because I did some Sly 2 EP1 last night, and I'm like, I don't know, I'm kind of hyped about running Sly 2 again for a little bit.
Neela percent today.
Maybe, I don't know. Anyway, both the runners are coming up to the 10-minute mark in episode 2, so in about a minute from now they can choose to skip if they want.
Oh, very unfortunate getting spotted by the dingo guard over there.
Yeah, Powerman's really biding his time with this card here. He's making clever use of smoke bomb to lose detection.
Yeah. With Slide 2 smoke bomb, that wouldn't be as easy because it eats a lot of juice. You can only use it like a couple times, whereas with Slide 3 smoke bomb, you can use it like multiple times.
Oh, clever use
here.
of Diablo Fire Slam from Baconman's side to get rid
Yeah.
of all guards in this vicinity.
Exactly, I noticed that too. Very clever. I can also see Powerman is not really using rocket boots to move around. I think he's sparing juice for using a smoke bomb. I think that might be one of the reasons.
Yeah, one thing I noticed about Powerman is when he's using smoke bomb, he is spamming it a bit more, which ties into with how he uses smoke bomb in Sly 4 as well.
Yeah, true. Very good point. Looks like Baconman is skipping to episode 3.
Meanwhile, Powerman's sticking around a little bit longer, seemingly, for maybe one more loot.
Yeah, there we could actually see the load times in PS2 console. Those were like horrendously slow loads. It takes like multiple seconds to get from the black screen. Whereas if you played on PS3 emulator, that load would be basically instant. But there are no loots, no gold medals for either of the runners. Let's see if the first loot. No.
Yeah, the early episodes
proving
to be very, very bad for both of our mans currently.
Yeah.
From the loot perspective.
Here we go with the gold medal, but wrong episode, unfortunately. But
that's just how it goes most of the time. At least in episodes 3 and 4, where the first loot in EP3 tends to be the medal that you missed in EP2.
Yeah. I think Remo actually had some statistic about the loots, and because for this episode, actually the least valuable loot type is metal, it actually makes it quite common to get that in this episode, which obviously kind of feels weird that the last episode we just cannot get the metal at all, and for this episode it's almost the most common for flashlight cards.
Yeah, metal goes from being the rarest loot in EP2 to being the most common loot in EP3, which is why it's so common to find gold medals in EP3 when you don't find them in EP2. And then the same thing goes for the gold bars in EP3, where they are the rarest, and in EP4, where they are the most common. Baconman I think he thought he had temporal lock there, so he almost fist of flame the guard that had loot. It was a quick catch from him.
Yeah. I think it was Sling who had a very unfortunate event happening when he was using Feast of Flames and then saw, oh, there we go, large gold bar for Powerman.
Large gold bar for Powerman.
Powerman is heading to episode 4. First optimal loot of the match, actually, because both of the gold medals and pens were skipped. But yeah, I was saying that with Sling having the Feast of Flames equipped, he saw a guard with loot, but obviously uppercutting at that point with Feast of Flames, it also kills the guard immediately, so he missed the loot by doing that.
Powerman taking time to switch to Bentley and kill Carmelita before going back on his loot journey. Very questionable decision, but sure.
Interesting.
This might be another for the fans kind of scenario with Rude and looting Carm.
It could be, but does Carmelita respawn? Because, you know, in episode 4, Carmelita is actually can be a pain in the butt quite often, killing the guards near the palace area.
I actually had never considered that. I think she does respawn.
Because yeah, I don't know, because there is no... You don't load the game here at all. So if Carmelita does not respawn, that might be actually the play. To kill Carmelita.
Powerman getting
But
all the gold bars in the world right now.
Yeah. But with episode 1, you can bypass Carmelita just by playing on day 1 of the episode, which I prefer to use. But with episode 4, you usually can't do that kind of thing. But if that's actually the strat, you can kill Carmelita with Bentley. So, Pepo G. Yeah, QDF in the chat pointing out the fact, which is actually quite a difference between Slide 2 and Slide 3. Because if you die in Slide 3, the game does not load, it just takes you back to the safe house. Whereas in Slide 2, the game actually loads every time you die. So there's a slight difference there.
Yeah, and that can have a punishing effect in Slide 2 speedruns where if you may actually sound lock after death,
Yeah.
which I know has happened to a lot of people in the Rajan fight specifically, where they've been on
Exactly.
PB pace, they die once, and then they sound lock.
But yeah, I haven't seen Carmelita at all in Powerman's screen, but although Powerman is not really at the moment moving in the area, Carmelita usually is.
Yeah, Carmelita patrols a small area around the palace. Like she goes in a circle around the giant South statue that stands before it.
Yeah.
So she usually isn't an issue in this episode compared to episode 1, where she walks around a big chunk of it.
Powerman had a lot of guards there after him, but with the clever usage of Smoke Bomb, actually managed to loot 2 of them.
I'm surprised he didn't use Shadow Power, because that would have made matters a lot more easy.
Yeah. Like just Smoke Bomb once, and then after the guards lose, you can just use Shadow Power level 2 to walk just in front of the guards, not getting spotted.
Yeah, we've seen most Sly players in this tournament use Rocket Boots, Feral Pounce, and Smoke Bomb as their gadgets of choice. Very few have employed the Shadow Power level 2 strats. I think it's only been you and me, Knuti, and then Gems and Yerem also used Shadow Power level 2.
Yeah, I think that could be. Like, I always had, in my match, I always had equipped Feral Bones and Rocket Boots. And then I toggled between a Shadow Power level 2 and Smoke Bomb for my third gadget.
Yeah, I usually always have Shadow Power level 2 equipped base-wise, and then if I get spotted, I quickly swap over to Smoke Bomb.
Yeah, I had exactly the same strat there. Because with Shadow Power level 2, I can just, if I see a guard coming towards me, I can just Feral Bones and then just have the Shadow Power for slight moment to get around the guard and then immediately after start looting them.
Indeed, or if you fancy, or if the distance is great enough, you can also push boost while being invisible.
True.
Very, very input heavy though.
Yeah, Powerman is getting a lot of large gold bars so far.
Yeah, Baconman roughly 1 minute away from being able to skip, if he chooses. Which I'm not sure if you want to skip in this scenario. Like, you want to try and potentially get large gold bar to equalize the difference.
Yeah. I have a feeling that runners probably know the situation of another runner. They are not muted on the voice call. I assume they are chatting a bit there. so they probably
Yeah,
know
they
the
didn't say
situation.
anything. They didn't say anything specifically in the pre-game talk if they were gonna talk in the VC or not.
Yeah.
Powerman dying during a guard scuffle.
Yeah, I think Baconman is at least trying to get at least one more loot before skipping.
Yeah, he's gotten 2 medium nuggets so far, and not the large gold bar he wants.
Yeah. Another large gold ball for Powerman.
Powerman
As
is
we
just
said
stealing
earlier, it's
all
the
of Baconman's gold bars.
yeah, as we said earlier, it's the most common from flashlight cars. In
Baconman
this
skipping
episode.
ahead here.
Yeah. At the moment, even though both of the runners are on the same episode, Baconman now has the extra 3-minute penalty compared to Powerman because he still doesn't have any of the optimal loots collected.
He also
whereas
has the
Powerman
loot
has
disadvantage now, with Powerman having being able to get a total of 3 and Baconman only being able to get a total of 2.
Yeah.
So Baconman more so aiming towards getting the last few diamonds here as quickly as possible, and hoping Powerman isn't unable to find one.
Yeah. But anything can happen in episode 5, like as we saw in Rude and Slink, their match.
Indeed, anything can happen still.
We can see Baconman is using Ricky Roll a lot in these episodes because moving around in episode 4 it can be quite funky sometimes because of the high walls and stuff like that.
Medium diamond from Baconman.
Yeah, just one tier off. Very close. But yeah, the extra altitude Ricky Roll gives you is can be very handy in this episode to move around.
Yeah, episode 4 is definitely one of the better episodes for Sly to move around because of general distance between guards, so rocket boosting and push boosting everywhere saves way more time than Murray's ball form would.
Yeah, I think episode 4 was the only episode where I also used a little bit of shadow power level 1 to do some shadow bounces, which I used when I was going from the temple area to the palace area through the big gap if I wanted to move there fast.
I can definitely see that, yeah, if you're on the lower part of the cemetery.
Yeah.
Because if you're on the top part where the temple used to be, then a simple paraglider down is more
Yeah, you can
than
just push
sufficient.
boost there, simply.
Powerman now able to skip ahead to EP5 if he so chooses.
But there we can see here, Carmelita is nowhere near Powerman here in episode 4 because he killed her as Bentley earlier. So I think that might have actually helped Powerman a little bit in this episode.
Yeah, it may have helped a little bit.
Yeah.
So Powerman is skipping ahead to EP5 now, so both players now will have the same amount of loots, or they have the same amount of penalties. So it's all gonna come down to who is going to be able to find the diamond in EP5 first, assuming Baconman finds the diamond in EP4 and doesn't skip, which would be a hella big risk.
Yeah, if Powerman gets the large diamond fast, it's gonna be it's gonna be hard times for Baconman.
Oh, it looks like Powerman is going out to the sea.
Oh, we haven't seen this strat before. I think he had been talking about that strat, but no one so far hasn't used the strat where you go sail on the open seas, fight the ships, and get the loads there. That's some next level gameplay. Like, I think if you can like get like quick crit kills and then just quickly sink the not sink the ship but battle the guard, like you get a loot every time. But I don't really
Indeed.
know what kind of loads do you get. Can you get all kinds of them? But
You get the upper tiers of loots that flashlight guards usually give, so medium and
Okay.
large.
okay, I see. Oh, there we go. Baconman getting the large diamond. He's
Oh,
also ready to move on to episode 5, and now it's just about who gets the large diamond first.
Powerman has the option of getting it here immediately after the fight.
Yeah. It's getting close, yeah. Both of the runners are in episode 5 at the moment. So now it's just about the last large diamond. There is the 30 seconds if the runners finish within 30 seconds of each other, there's gonna be tiebreakers. Which
First
at the
ship
moment,
for Powerman gives a sapphire.
yeah, unfortunately. Also,
Baconman killing the guard with the Thunderflop. I doubt
yeah, I was
that
just
was what he
mentioning the
wanted.
same. I didn't know you can insta-kill the flashlight guards with the Thunderflop like that. I
It's
wonder
the
if that
same
was
way how
some
it
kind
works
of
with Octavio.
double hit.
If your Thunderflop is just right, you can knock him backwards immediately. The same thing goes with killing flashlight guards.
Yeah. Yeah, I have a feeling this Stratforman is using is not quite as fast as what Baconman is doing at the moment. So
Absolutely, this is definitely more so a swag strat, if anything, using the ships.
yeah. Like pretty much they follows the same class as loading as Bentley here in the last episode, doing it for the swag.
Yeah.
But yeah, Sonic pointing out
yeah.
this gives a lot of coins, however. So if it comes to that tiebreaker, it might be an important fact. But yeah, for the loading itself, it's super slow to do the ship fights. Even if you were super optimal with these fights, I think it would still be a lot faster to move around in half-world.
Another Thunderflop insta-kill from Baconman.
Unfortunate.
Don't kill this guy.
Oh, there we go! Whoa.
Whoa,
Oh
whoa,
my
whoa,
God.
whoa, 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 whoa.
Oh my god, that
Now
was...
that is a game changer.
Jesus! What an ending. That was
That
like
has got to-
exactly...
That definitely has to be the best ending of the round one matches we've seen thus far.
Oh my god, and it's coming to the tiebreaker. They both finished... Well, they actually finished probably at the same exact time as well, but...
They probably did. Let me check the live splits.
Oh,
Welcome
Yeah.
Bacon and welcome Power.
Both of the live splits for Baconman and Powerman are saying 39-47. So from a time
Yep.
perspective, it is a complete tie.
yes.
Okay, now both of you You would probably should go to the hideout right now, so we can start checking the coin count. So just go to like episode 5 hideout, or something like that. Don't collect any coins anymore.
Yep.
Oh, no.
I assume Nave
But-
is now checking the boards. I remember Baconman had exactly 10,000 coins at the moment of
I think-
the run starting.
I think
I
in
think
Powerman's
I-
case, because you, Powerman, you completed that ship fight, so the coins from the double duel went towards your coin total, correct?
I mean,
Yeah,
yes.
it should be the
Yeah,
case.
So the question is, do we take the coins into account from after the large diamond was collected or before?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Yeah, I'm unsure because that ship thread was like my idea. Like I wanna try that way to get the diamond, and well, it
With
worked.
that loot, you actually get the loot. When you get the large diamond from the ship fight, you don't actually get any coins from that, but the coins you get are after completing a ship fight. You can there see how many coins did you get from that specific ship. So, well, I think Nave has the final word at the moment with the rules, but
Yeah.
I would say you get the coins. But we'll see. I think Nave is doing some math
Yeah, I'm
right
not
now.
saying Powerman deserves the
Mhm.
coins. I would at least say he deserves the coins from the ship he looted. I'm not sure about the one he sank.
Yeah, I don't know.
I guess I
We'll
tried to
see.
find the one, but there was those 2 ships, so I guess I have to go for it because it was close. So
Yeah.
like it's kind of unavoidable to kinda.
But yeah, while we are waiting for the results from the coins, how would you commentate on your runs? So let's start. Let's start with Baconman, for example. Pretty rough start. Like had to skip 3 loads.
Yeah. Well, the main reason I've been playing on PS2 is because I found that the gold pen is easier to get in episode 1 sometimes. This time,
Interesting.
not really. At
Okay,
least,
yeah,
well,
this time.
yeah, might be just placebo, but I don't know. But luckily, I got the 2 diamonds pretty fast, at least.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
ending was
gold
pretty
pen and gold
fast.
medal were doomed. And I got like 10 large gold bars, so
Yeah, the chat was on about that a lot. Like you get like a gazillion gold bars in episode 4. But we also talked about that. Like in episode 4, getting the large gold bar is actually the most common of the most valuable catch loots, because then the other ones are the diamond and the what is the other one? The
I was
ruby.
also meaning I should change my name to large gold bar man now.
True, true.
So I want to talk a little about the character strategy. Bakerman, what was your reasoning behind picking Murray over Sly? Because I do believe you are quite a decent push booster.
Murray's fun.
That is
That's
fair.
it.
That is fair.
Fair enough.
And Powerman, what was your logic behind picking Sly?
Well, because I have done the big pocketing mostly as Sly in all of the games, so it was the kind of good option. Because with Mary, I'm not sure what to do if the card actually spots me and I can't re-grab him, so Sly was the safer and the better option overall.
PPG. Yeah, we were talking a little bit about if you're being spotted by a flashlight guard as Murray, the only 2 real options you have is Berserker charging them to knock them out, or find an object or a guard and toss it at them.
Yeah, and that might be sometimes pretty challenging depending on the situations. So. Yeah, but
Okay, one thing I remember about episode 1. Carmelita killed that one guard that had loot. If that guard had the gold pen, I swear to God.
True.
I had an instance where I killed a guard, and then mid-killing him, he spawned a loot in his pocket, and I was also like, I swear, if this was the large gold bar, I swear.
Mhm.
We've all had situations like that before, I can guarantee.
yeah, this was a kind of interesting match because first 2 episodes were so bad, and then I got the gold bar kind of fastly, and
Yeah, this is also the first match where, I believe, first match where we've had both our runners take only 2 loots, because I think in all the other matches it's been at least 3, if not 4.
Yeah.
I can't quite remember.
Mm.
How was the match yesterday? I remember both James and Jeremy skipped the first 2 loots, but I don't know if they actually got the
Gems
remaining
managed to
ones.
get loot in every episode going
Yeah.
forward.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was really nice to see the contrast between different play styles here. It was really nice. Whereas like yesterday's match, we had very similar kind of play styles with both Sly. So seeing different strategies is very nice.
Yeah, then other happy I'm using up the reload codes, but I just use the strat to run around and look around where there's gonna be loot.
Yeah.
Do we have any words from Nave how the coin tiebreaker calculating is going?
I'm not
Trying
sure.
to ask from Nave, I think, yeah, it's going. Okay, we'll see. We'll have to wait just a bit more. Nave is doing good work.
It's kind of interesting that we actually the coins actually decide now.
Yeah. The tiebreaker between Avatar and Beaver's match was the optimal loots collected, but because at the moment you both have 2 optimal loots, then it's gonna be the coins.
And time it the exact same. What an outcome.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like the results are in.
All right, Nave. Post champ, everybody.
I'm
But
holding.
I don't have to.
I'm
I don't have
holding
chat
as
open,
well.
so just tell.
Nave is making everyone pause right at the moment.
I can believe that.
Okay, we have the results. Baconman, who started with 10,008 coins, ended with 15,139, and then in total collected 5,131 coins. Whereas Powerman started with 16,295, ended up with 21,138, so collected 4,843. So with the coin tiebreaker, congratulations Baconman for winning this match.
Oh my god.
How do you feel?
300 coins apart, that ain't even... That's
Only
like nothing.
300, that's very true. And both of
Demuri
you
is
collected a lot
the
of coins.
All I'm gonna say is Demuri is the rogue.
True.
Indeed. I don't think, because yeah, the last bent. No, never mind. Yeah, because we saw Slink and Root with the Murray versus Sly match immediately following me and Beavers. Or
But it
Slink
was a
won.
very close one, even with the coins. Like you both finished at the same time, all had the same optimal loss, and then only 300 coins apart from multiple thousands. So it actually was a crazy match in the end. But yeah, congrats Bacon on winning, and thank you Poema for joining as well. On the round 2, Bacon, you're gonna face Gems Within, I believe. So good luck on that match.
That's gonna be a spicy one.
Oh yeah.
True.
Yeah, most likely.
But yeah, that's it for round 1. Actually, we have all of the matches now finished. I think we could probably go through the brackets right now to see the standings for round 2.
We definitely should, I think, yeah.
Yeah. So after round 1, we have on round 2, we're gonna have 4 matches. First of all, Avatar versus Shadows. The first match. The second one is gonna be Freeze Rocket League versus Riley, aka Crystals. Then the third match is going to be Slink17 versus Knuti, myself. And then the last one is going to be Gems Within versus Baconman, which we just saw happen. So yeah, it's going to be very exciting matches now when I'm looking at that.
Well, I'm probably gonna commentate some of the upcoming matches anyways.
Yeah, that's nice. But yeah, thank you for this one. Do you have any last words to say to chat?
Well, I say, use the zip strat. It works.
It works.
Murray is good. Use Murray more.
Yeah, thank you, Avatar, as well. It was a blast commentating with you. Had fun.
Likewise.
This was it for round 1, and this match as well. We're gonna see you with round 2. The scheduling for the matches will begin probably shortly, so we're gonna inform you about that in the both of the SlyGolds events Discord, and also the upcoming matches are also going to be posted to other servers as well. But yeah, thank you all for this one, and bye-bye.
Goodbye.
Y'all did amazing.
See ya.
Take good care.